I'm going to talk to you about how to use Pear Deck in a student-paced review. So if you've never used Pear Deck before, this is pretty basic. You would just take a normal Google Slides that you have, and then you would go to add-ons. And then if you do not have Pear Deck up here as an option, you're going to have to click Get Add-ons. And then you just type in Pear Deck, or it might show up here. You click on it, and then yours would say Add Extension here. So once you have the Pear Deck, you would click Pear Deck, open Pear Deck add-on, and then it's going to give you a toolbar over here. For each slide, you need to add the add-on to it. So these slides don't have anything on them yet. This one is the first one that has it. So this one has a written response. And so the way that you would add that on there is you would scroll down over here and you can choose text, multiple choice, number. You can add just a website. They can draw, or you can have a drag and drop. So I can show you some different examples that we have, and I'll show you this in the student pace as well. So on this one, it's a text. This one's another text. Multiple choice, text, multiple choice. You can see down here, it's telling me what kind of slide it is. And then this one is drag. So you drag the star to label Mercury. So to present this in class, I would click Present Lesson. Sorry, I have a ton of Google accounts. And this is how you would present it in class. You can put this on the board. You can put this, this is going to be my dashboard, so we'll come back to that in a second. But this, usually what Ms. Byers and I do is we click the link here and we copy the link and we paste that link into Google Classroom. Sometimes we'll use the same link for all day so that we can check the answers as we go. And sometimes we'll do a new link for each class. So it just kind of depends on what we're working on. So they can either use this code and just type in joinpd.com, or you can give them the link, which I've found it's easier to do the link if you're doing a student paced. So you would open this. We can view that in a second. And then to turn on student paced, you have to open these three dots and click here. And then that will allow the students to go through the presentation as they feel necessary. So when they answer the question and they're ready to move on, then you can have them do it student paced. If you're working on something in class and you've never done Pear Deck before, I would say do student paced first, teacher paced first, and then move into student paced. So to turn it off, you just click stop and then turn it back on. So pretty easy. If you turn it off and you want the kids to do it as homework, just make sure that you turn it back on, because I've had problems in the past where kids haven't had access to it at night, and that's kind of made it difficult for them. So, okay, so you can see how it looks on my presentation screen. This is the dashboard. And so as kids answer questions here, it's wanting to move it behind me. But as kids answer questions here, I can see their responses here. And so I usually look at them in grid layout, and then that will give me a bunch of different answers here that I can see. Same thing on the multiple choice ones. I can see how many have answered for each one. So that will allow them to answer multiple questions. They can do it student paced. They can go back and retry answers. What I do is I'll monitor this while they're working. And then as I see majority of them don't have the right answer, then I'll stop them in the middle of class and then I'll discuss that, or I'll do it at the end. If I see there's one or two that are struggling on certain answers, then I'll go over to those specific students and have a one-on-one conference to be able to give them that immediate feedback. You can also use show responses. And so I don't have any right now, so it wouldn't do that, but I can click show response, and then on my projector, it will show the responses. And then there's also little stars that you can click, so you can select the ones that you want to show if you don't want to show them all at once. You can sort by time. alphabetical order, I don't think that that's really necessary, or you can sort by student. And then just so you know, here at the bottom, it will show you the students who haven't completed the answers yet. So that's kind of helpful to know like who has done this and who hasn't done it. So let me log in as a student so that you can see what it would look like on their end. So at the first, when they log in, it'll ask them how are they feeling, and you actually will see those in the dashboard. It'll show up next to their answers. It'll show up like a smiley face or a frown face, so you'll see that. So let's just put this. So since it's on Student Paste, I can just go along and do what I want. I can answer the questions here. This is a photo of our galaxy, the Milky Way. This is a photo of our solar system. So they are finding the incorrect mistakes here and correcting them here. So now if I go to the dashboard and I go to this question, I can see that this person has answered. They have a smiley face. I can star it, and the star will be one that I would be able to project on the board. I can clear all my stars if I want to. I can hide this response if I don't want to see it. So that is the way that you would do Student Paste slideshows. So when I'm ready, I can stop it. I can end it. I can end the session. I can label this Hour 1 Review Unit 1, and then I can have the answers forever. So if there's someone I want to go back and I didn't get an assessment from them and I want to look here and use this as a grade, I can totally do that. And then save and end session. I'm not going to, but hopefully that helped you a little bit with Pear Deck.